It's Tuesday the 25th of January, and it's been quite a long time since I last did a video update, so quite a lot to say. I finished my radiotherapy. I officially finished on the 4th of January, and apart from a bit of illness at the start of the treatment, I came through everything really well and tolerated everything really well. I had quite a lot of like burns on my body afterwards, like I'd fallen asleep in the sun, but really patchy, so that was quite weird, and it was down the side and quite predominantly on my back, and they're still coming back to normal. I've had a lot of peeling and had to have dressings and things like that on it to help it go back to normal, but it's all slowly returning to a normal colour, which is really nice. When I finished my treatment, my oncologist asked that I was closely monitored, but thankfully that's not in Leicester. I'm being closely monitored by a team in Northampton, who are really great. They're really nice. In a way, they kind of wrapped me up in cotton wool, because of the type of cancer I had. They weren't quite sure how I'd react to the radiotherapy, so I have to be quite closely monitored, and I see them every couple of weeks. They're a bit worried that I might develop more symptoms as time goes on, rather than kind of have started to develop them before the treatment was even finished. I'm back at work, which is really good, and it's so nice to have a routine of having to get up and go out to work. So I work mainly afternoons, but I'm looking to make that time greater and greater and greater, so that I am back to work full time. You know, I'm starting to feel so much stronger, so much better, mainly because the treatment's finished and I'm not daily tripping over to Leicester for more treatment, and kind of like I can tick the box to say that we've finished that, and yeah, it would be really nice to have started the year feeling as well as I do now, but you know, it's so good we're still in January, still only really the new year. Loads of things I've got planned to do. There's lots of people I'd like to go and see, and make sure that I do that this year, and just set myself some challenges. You know, some things will always be difficult for me to do, because I only have one lung, so things like climbing Mount Everest might never be achievable, but definitely climbing a peak would be achievable. So, you know, there's things that I'd love to do. I'm still in my mid-20s, you know, there's nothing stopping me now from having such a fun-filled life, and I suppose if anything's been taught to me this year, it would definitely be that each day's for living, and you know, it's pointless sitting back and just worrying about the future, because there's nothing that you can necessarily change about it, but just to enjoy each day as they come, and to just be able to not worry, I suppose. And that's definitely something that I've had throughout my treatment, from the first time that we talked about cancer in must have been May, June time last year. I haven't fretted about what was going to happen. The initial stages of the diagnosis were certainly very upsetting. I didn't know what was going to happen, but you know, your body's amazing and it can go through a lot of things, and I've beaten my battle, and there's so many people who don't, and you know, we have one life and it's for living, and that's definitely what I aim to do. And you know, it's really weird, I'd say, that before the whole journey started, yeah, I had a faith, and I believed in God, and I believed in Jesus, and that he died for me, and all that kind of thing, but I don't think I had a real personal relationship. I knew who he was, and you know, I've grown up in a Christian home, and so I've known that all my life, but this year I've definitely experienced such a closeness, and to be honest, it's just been so peaceful, and that can't be something that I've done. I'm not like that. I'm a worrier by nature, is who I am. So to not have worried about something as big as this means that it was out of my control completely. And you know, doctors have been stunned about how quickly I've recovered from things, how little side effects I've had, and I believe that that's by all of you praying so much for me. There's been a massive prayer shield over me, over my family, which has just meant that we've just been able to move from one day to the next and not be anxious. And yeah, there's been some difficult times, but there's always going to be those times. So I'm so grateful to all of you prayer warriors who have just kept praying. You know, it's amazing how small the Christian world is and how actually connected we all are. When something like this happens and all of a sudden you meet people who know you or know about you, and it's just crazy. But it just proves that actually within the family there's so much support, and I am so grateful to you for the way that God's brought me through everything. It's a new start now, if you like. It's kind of like one chapter's done and it's the start of a new one, I suppose, and it's finding out what that is, which is quite exciting. I don't know what's going to happen next. I know that there's no way that I'd have experienced this year without there being some kind of purpose, that's not the right word, but some kind of design for me to tell my story, to help people. It's so touching to hear how my story has encouraged other people. I suppose that's why I'd done it, so that people can know what it was like for my family across the water to see that I'm okay and that I've managed, and you know, I'm doing well. Everybody I see says how well I look. So you know, it's so encouraging to have had those stories and to know that this was definitely the right thing to do. And this definitely isn't the end of my story by a long way. It's definitely the end of a chapter, and it's been a tough chapter, and I think I don't ever want another one as tough as this, but there's been some massive encouragements that I've had over the year. There's been some great things that have happened, and there's going to be so much more great things that are going to happen, and bring it on. I'm looking forward to it, and I'm ready to start and to enjoy kind of a new lease of life. I'm full of energy, I'm happy. You know, there's still so much more that could happen, but yeah, it's all good. So thank you for joining me on my journey, and I will from time to time add more videos, but this will probably be the last one for a while, unless something happens. So thank you. Bye.